University Philosophical Society's 341st session. We'd like to welcome everybody here tonight for our Valentine's themed comedy debate. And thank you to Improv, she wrote, for tonight's collab. With that said, I'd like to invite Olivia to read the minutes of last week's private business meeting. Here.
Rejoice. This word puts a smile on my face. This week's motion, this house would take him back, is Valentine's Day themed. There are no tricks up my sleeve tonight, except for the one. I'm going to be heartfelt and sincere. I'm not quite sure what this motion means, but we'll leave it to the debaters and all of you to sort out for yourselves. Now, the business from last week, we had the debate last Thursday. This House believes journalism is dead, where the motion failed. The journalist James O'Brien quoted a passage from George Orwell's 1984 and ended his speech saying, "Journalism will not be dead until we are." Some powerful and insightful speeches at that debate, and if you missed it, it'll be up on the YouTube in due course. This past Monday, the Vice President did a screening of the first 3 episodes of Heated Rivalry for Netflix and Phil. Now, I wasn't in the room, but I could hear extravagant laughter, a bit of screaming, and I walked into the room after it was done and there was a funky smell. I think they'll be playing the final 3 episodes next Monday, if you'd like to join in on that. Now, Becky's, it's our debating competition for first year and first time debaters. Tomorrow is the last day to answer the question of whether you regret the rise of ghosting. There's rounds at 2, 3 and 6 p.m. Tomorrow. And next week's Becky's motion is this House regrets the dominant portrayal of historical women as lacking agency. And if you want more debating, there's many options for debate trainings throughout the week with our debates convener, Ada. Next week we have the motion, this House would make all the same mistakes, with past alumni and honorary members of the Phil moaning about their past histories or speaking about how their mistakes allow them to build anew and grow. Either way, our hearts truly go out to them. We'll hear more from them next week. And finally, we have Valentine's Day GM Bar tomorrow starting at 8. There will be free wine, free pool tables, free live entertainment featuring the Trinitones. Everything is free except for the ticket, which is still available. As of right now, there's less than 20 tickets left, so do that after the debate. We've also got the steward team, Teddy and Therese, who pour your wine, DJing. So huge ups to Anthony and everyone at Team Stew for organising that. I was at a funeral the other day and I couldn't manage to get any flowers in the shops, like this one, except for this one. And I couldn't really get anything in the shops. There are no flowers, no box of chocolates, no diamonds, no heart-shaped lollipops. But what I could get was a card. It said, "Happy 5th birthday, son." Not even condolence cards were left on the shelves because apparently people are wishing each other condolences for all their failed relationships and breakups. Sorry for your loss, it was you, not me. But you're all in the right place, because tonight we don't need materialistic gifts. We're going to give the gift of experience. And these debaters are going to share words of love and hope, potentially. They're going to enchant us with their arguments. They're going to reach out to touch us emotionally, intellectually, and maybe, if we're lucky, physically. So rejoice in your failed relationships, because maybe it was for the best. Rejoice if you're still in a relationship, because it won't last. Just like flowers. I'm only joking, some do last. None of the ones you'll be hearing about tonight. And we all die in the end. So rejoice in the connections you make with others. Rejoice in your playing and your foolishness, in your mutations and screw-ups. Rejoice in all the necessary wounds that open up. Rejoice in all the life living that you do. Okay, so I'm going to throw this behind me, and whoever catches it is going to marry a Trinitone at GM Bar tomorrow, and will be getting shortly divorced thereafter. Divorced shortly after. Legal implications. Okay, so here we go. Okay, ready? Okay, so yeah, very good. We're gonna get you a condolence card tomorrow. If they have any left, just know that our hearts go out to you. Okay, imagine these are heart-shaped. Okay, imagine, mind your heads there. Okay, here we go. More free stuff. Rejoice! Sorry about that. If you have any issues, contact Rossa, SMC. These are our hearts and souls. Right, Sinead agus Garamilma Agwev. Thank you. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Nina.
Got a treasure, are there any fines?
There are no fines.
Madam Secretary, are there any reports to be read?
There are no reports to be read.
Time for questions is now open.
Are there any motions on notice?
There are no motions on notice.
Are there any motions not on notice?
There are no motions not on notice.
Time for questions is now closed.
That brings us to general business. Is there any general business from any of our members? There being none, I call this private business meeting to an end, and I call on the Secretary to bring the speakers for tonight's debate. Here. This House to order, and I call on John Graham there to read the minutes from last week's public business meeting here.
Technical difficulties already, sorry. Hang on. That's gonna repower now, so I'll just go off the dome. Guys, welcome everyone, thank you for coming. When I first read the motion of this debate, I wasn't really sure what it meant. This House would take him back. I said, take who back? I didn't exactly understand. It was explained to me that it meant generally, take him back. I said, wow, Reform UK is really taking hold here. That's very worrying. Now, I had an entire speech of that prepared until I realized that given the proximity to Valentine's Day, it was of a slightly more romantic subject, as it turns out. Apologies. 50% off the dome. Okay. Right. Okay, I'll see how much of this I know off. Okay, thank you very much. So, when I started preparing for the new speech, I realized it was actually a very difficult standpoint to take. Okay, trying to defend a cheater, it's almost impossible. And I didn't really have time to rewrite my new speech, so I just took some of my more charming Nigel Farage quotes and decided to repurpose them. Okay, so things are changing. We haven't been together that long, really. Take the kids with you. Thank you very much, Nigel Farage. Now, guys, that's an edgy joke that really works better when it's written in front of you. Personally, I believe that men should be accepted back if they give a very deep and heartfelt apology. I'll never forgive myself. It was the biggest mistake of my life. I mean, she's AI, so it doesn't really count, does it? I mean, come on. But the problem is, if you do accept those excuses, the consequences to this, your secureness in yourself will be huge. I mean, will you ever truly be confident in your body, your hair, your face, and those sambas? I don't know. Personally, I was annoyed by the very gendered nature of this motion. I mean, my good President Liam allowed me to borrow his laptop to research, instead taking her back. The second I opened his laptop, I realized he had already begun researching that very topic, and in depth. I mean, 16 saved tabs. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. Saved tab, 16s. This topic. Shame. This topic, I know, is very dear to the hearts of the good people joining us tonight. Fáilte Róibh Gach Duine, and showing up for a collaboration with the marvellous Improv She Wrote. Thank you guys for coming. Agus ag oscailt on Diasport fáil we have fourth year drama student, chair of players and representing improv, thug fáilte Olvor Riv Jesse Byrne. Ag Lanaúnt an taobh seo, we have social media manager of players and student of drama and Irish, Tim O'Leary. Ag Dún an taobh seo, we have the captain of improv, thug Bulbos Os Ord for Daniel Gorman. And sorry, I don't have you written down. I don't know if you want to introduce yourself. Are you part of the?
It's Mr. Kuliga.
Woo! Aaron Tave Ella opposing the motion. Ag oscail gur fáilte Róibh student of law, Eve McGann. Ag Lanaúnt we have student of English and philosophy, Bulbos Os Ord Led a Hull, con Odessa Yip. Agus ag dún on Diasport fád gur fáilte Riv, the past registrar of the film, the one and only Killian Brennan Roach. Sometimes with cheating, you really can't be sure. Sometimes the signs are there or aren't there, and sometimes they definitely are. I walked in and my girlfriend sitting on some guy's face. I said, that's a little on the nose. That wasn't worth the joke. Cheaters say sometimes you need to lose something to value it. I wanted to test that theory. 3 kidney stones later, I realized, and I can tell you that is not always the case. Just because it hurt to let them go does not mean it will be right to bring them back. No matter how hard I wanted to reverse that suffering, I learned that no stone in the world can unrupture a urethra. You need to choose to do that yourself, probably under general anesthetic. Folks, Shinny and Anoti Agus Nishker, Amelia for coming. To our speakers, can I round Tullif, and we can let the debate begin. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen of the University Philosophical Society, welcome. The motion that stands before the House tonight is this House would take him back in collaboration with Improv She Wrote. What the hell, sure. Standing orders are as follows. Speeches are 7 minutes long for all of our students. At the first and last minute of every speech, which will be signified by a bell, speakers and audience members will be open to giving points of information. We encourage participation at all of our debates, so if you hear something you like, you can shout hear hear or slay. And if you hear something you dislike, you can shout shame. As always, we prioritise dignity and respect at all of our debates, so if you hear anything tonight that you have issues with, our SMC, Rossa Bolger, is available in the corner there and will be at the post-debate reception and the afters following this debate. You can contact him at smc@tcdphil.com. Alternatively, I can be contacted at president@tcdphil.com. With that said, I'd like to kick this debate off and call on Jesse Byrne to open case for the proposition.
Okay, yeah. Hi, oh my God. Speakers, council, members members of the House. You know, when I was asked to speak in this debate, I was super excited. I was in a happy relationship, but since then, things have changed. We needed to talk, you know. It wasn't me, it was him, and it was. But all that aside, I am ovulating right now all over this podium, so I'm going to tell you why you should take him back. You know, him can mean a lot of different things. I've had a lot of boyfriends, and they've all been very different from each other. Him really covers a wide spectrum of the cesspool of men that I've decided to align myself with. You know, they can range from ugly to good-looking, you know, straight to gay, you know, the kind of boyfriend that you can introduce to your parents but can't make you come, and the kind of boyfriend that can make you come, but you don't have to introduce him to your parents because he already knows them somehow. He gave my mother a hug while maintaining eye contact with my dad. It was very intense. Now they're all going on holiday together without me. But anyway, the one thing that they all had in common was undying devotion to me and to their barista. But I mean, what kind of man drinks an oat flat white every morning but won't eat out a flat white every night? I mean, I suppose that's what I get for going for a man in the film. But you know, no matter what kind of boyfriend he is, you know him. You understand him. He may be a piece of shit, but he's your piece of shit, because the piece of shit you know is better than no piece of shit at all, because you deserve better than slowly being eaten by your cat someday. Because, ladies and gentlemen, anything is better than being single. We as humans aren't built for it. You know, since the dawn of time, cavemen have been huddled up in their caves, drawing each other nudes on the wall. And we still haven't figured out a flattering angle for the penis. But being single is atrocious. You know, Valentine's Day is on Saturday, and my plans are to go on a hike with my friend and his boyfriend, and that's actually true. And you could be saying, oh, that sounds so nice, you know, friendship, everything. But I bet you wouldn't be saying that when they go all Brokeback Mountain and I'm standing there like the sheep those gays were supposed to be herding. No, they did a bad job. Do you like that one? And it's not just constantly third wheeling. When you're single, it's like you've been branded with a scarlet letter, except the A stands for alone. Oh my God. I mean, you know, having a boyfriend may be embarrassing, but you know, nothing is as embarrassing as having to lie to the Deliveroo man that no, all this food isn't for me, and yes, I'm having a party, and no, I'm not going to cry myself into a pizza coma after having a wank-to-heated rivalry. Although that does sound like a fun party. You know, at least with a boyfriend, if I'm crying after having a wank, it's because I had to finish myself off, not because I'm alone. And then, you know, there's the whole other side of being single, the dating scene. God, it's terrible out there. You know, it's like a war zone, but instead of dodging bullets, I'm dodging paying for my own drinks, chlamydia, and old men that tell me I remind them of their daughter. I went on a date with a guy once, and he complimented my smile, and I thought, oh wow, that's really lovely, that's a great change, until he told me how he likes it real toothy. It's really dark out there, guys. And then there's the apps, you know? Those apps are on some CIA, PSYOP, MK Ultra, Stanford prison experiment shit. You know, I joined a couple just to see the selection that was out there. And I went on Tinder and I could only find guys who wanted to fuck. So then I went on Hinge and I could only find guys who wanted to fuck, but they were nail polished this time. And then I moved to Grindr and I found the love of my life. But he left me for the guy who wears nail polish, so now I'm back to square one. So, yeah, you know, maybe taking him back is a regression, but I'll take the comfort of a guy that I already know is, you know, kind of shite, rather than have a situationship for 3 months only to find out this new guy is even worse. You know, you think you know someone, but it's easier to hide a piss kink than you think. I just thought he really couldn't hold it. But you know, ladies, gays, cups. Sorry, you just kind of look like one, I'm sorry. We do not need to despair. I know I've been waxing my sorrows up here, but there's hope for all of us in this. You may ask, why should I take it back? Why would I put myself through it all again? Why, Jesse? Why? Why? Why should I? Why should I do it? Well, let me tell you. The real reason you should take him back is to make him regret ever leaving you in the first place. But Jesse, you say, I broke up with him. And to that I say, it must be nice, bitch! In all seriousness, though, you're in the best position. Use his desperation against him. Men are stupid and vulnerable and will do anything as long as you pop a titty every once in a while. You know, my mom taught me that. But I wish you waited until we left Tato Park to teach me. In the words of one of the greatest feminists of our time, Amy Dunn from Gone Girl, he doesn't get to win. Since my breakup, my heart has been turned to ice, and I hear that revenge is a dish best served cold. So I've compiled a creative list of ways that you could slowly destroy his life whilst pretending that everything is perfect. You could fuck his mom, fuck his dad, sign him up as a Wikipedia donor so he'll keep getting emails that make him feel like a bad person, cancel his ChatGPT subscription so he fails all his exams, but if he does that, then he might stop texting you back. Cut the brakes in his car. Get him on Campus Couture and then comment from your burner account that his whole fit is from Shein. DM him from that same burner account and say that you're his real father and you've been waiting for years to finally reach out but only gathered the courage to do it now, and then ghost him. Fuck his mom again. Freeze his vape in a block of ice. Stab him in the eyeballs while he sleeps. Put Nair in his shampoo so the male pattern baldness doesn't have time to catch up to him. Make him watch both Wicked movies back to back and then make him sing the harmony line. Or you could go full Gone Girl and you could fake your death and frame him for a perfect murder and leave him shallow and broken and quivering at the knowledge that if he ever crosses you again, you could cover up his murder just as easy. And if that's a bit intense, like Ben Affleck in the making of Gone Girl, you could have him accidentally reveal his penis to the world. And after you fucked his mom a third and final time, you can sleep well at night. And I'm not saying to do, any or even all of these things, but I am saying you know what you did and you know what you deserve. So I encourage you to get creative. So yeah. I'm single, by the way, guys. By the way, police are still actively looking for my ex, so if you have any information at all on his whereabouts, please don't be afraid to pass it on. We are just, so worried. Seriously, though, if anyone wants to take me out on Valentine's Day? Yes. Anyone? No, it's okay, actually. But seriously, I really don't want to go on that hike if at all possible, You never know what might be buried out in the woods. Thank you.
I'd like to speak of that very fine speech. I called Eve McGann to open the case to opposition. Here.
Oh shit, I shouldn't have scrolled it up. It's kind of not really, okay. This house would not take him back. Take him back. This house would not. This house would not take him back. But he said sorry. He's really sorry. He's really, really sorry. He feels so bad. He feels so bad he could vomit. He feels so bad he has a pain in his tummy, and he has vomited all over the dance floor in Coppers, the place where he's drowning his sorrows all night long, all night, until you respond to his message request in the Insta DMs. He hates himself for how he's behaved. He's had a good, hard, long look at himself in the mirror. That wasn't him. He doesn't even recognize that person. It was out of character. It was AI. Vecna took over his body. It was the spirit of Benjamin Netanyahu. It wasn't him, but he takes full accountability. He was a bad, bad boy. But his bad boy days are behind him. He promises. He not only gives you his word, he gives you a ring from a packet of Haribos he's been eating. You are his dream girl. He only cheated on you because he likes to self-sabotage. He's avoidant, not because he doesn't want to hang out with you, but because he's scared by how much he wants to hang out with you. He's broken like a little baby rat. But you, and you alone, have the power to fix him again. You are the chosen one. Just like my friend Jesus, who I will be impersonating tonight. Jesus gave lots of people second chances. Judas, for example, and look how well that turned out. If Jesus was around today, which he isn't, thanks to Judas, he would not take him back. He wouldn't take anyone back home, that is. I don't think it's allowed. Just imagine. Sorry, Mary, would you mind stepping out of the manger for a second? And can you take the donkey with you? And then during the act, he's like, you think I'm good? Let me tell you about the big man. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What a threesome. But yeah, anyway, I'm here as Jesus tonight because I needed a disguise. I am on the wrong side of the house tonight. I do too many things for the plot and in the name of the lore. Me standing up here telling you all not to take him back would be like Elon Musk saying, don't use Twitter, or Donald Trump lecturing us on redacted, or Erica Kirk coming here telling us all how to grieve, although we should actually listen to that because we'd learn how to somersault. But anyway, when I got a message this Sunday from Matilda asking me if I wanted to speak at this, I felt two things. Firstly, I felt a buzz in my pocket, because when the notification arrived, I was actually at Mass. Typical. And the second thing I felt when everyone closed their eyes and I could finally check my messages was extremely disappointed, because I'd been hoping for a different message. A message not from the Phil, who I first of all, for a second thought, why is Phil sliding back into the DMs? But a message from a guy, not just any guy, a weirdo. I know, an avoidant weirdo, who tried to ghost me a few months ago until I sent him a gif of Danny DeVito going like this, and then a baseball bat going like this. And he responded, sorry, I haven't been responding. I'm just having an unrelated crash out at the moment. A crash out that's unrelated. I'm chilling. And then he said, really want to see you again at some point. He really wants to see me again. Now, luckily, the crash out did have nothing to do with me. Unluckily, it had a lot to do with his ex. But that's fine. I moved on until a few weeks later, I get another message. I'm so sorry. Drinks? ? Please let me explain. Now, one thing you should know about me, I am a curious person. I like to get to the bottom of things. So I decided to negotiate a little bit. I texted back, hear you out coffee? ? Now, some would say stupid, I would say determined, optimistic. So, hear you out coffee. A great idea, I thought. No alcohol, just him pleading his case in broad daylight, like Jesus did, hearing out the lepers. But then he took a day to respond. I know. And when he did respond, he said, okay, no gif, nothing. So I deleted the message. And for the sake of this motion and my reputation, I'm going to say that was it. I never saw him again. Another thing you should know about me, sometimes I lie. So yes, when I was in Mass last Sunday, I was waiting for a message from Redacted. I think there's nothing worse than wanting to check a message when you're stuck in Mass. You have to shake hands with everyone, the priest keeps yapping, and I was so distracted going up to receive communion that when I was walking by the altar, I nearly bumped into the coffin. Yep, it just got worse. You're not only at Mass, you're at a funeral. A family member has just died. You are pathetic. You are mourning the death of your low-key, play-it-by-ear commitment down the line, taking it slow, acting like you're dating, but also still getting likes on Hinge, situationship type vibe, instead of mourning the actual deceased. And that was when I knew that I should not have taken him back. He totally ruined the funeral for me. He had told me that he wouldn't be around much because he was busy with work, the gym, and Muay Thai. And all I was thinking at the funeral was, what the hell is Muay Thai? Who the hell is Muay Thai? So yeah, despite my actions speaking otherwise, I agree with this motion. But not because I believe in self-respect or knowing your worth. Woke propaganda bullshit. I respect myself and I know my worth just secretly. But I support this motion because I believe that behind every man with a podcast, there is a woman who was wronged. Behind every Justin Bieber, there is a better looking, better dressed woman who puts up with him. Behind every Judas, there is someone who was crucified. The personalities of these men do not align with their confidence, and this is because when someone agreed to overlook their wrongs and give them a second, or a third, or a fourth, or a fifth, or a sixth, or a seventh chance, an event occurred called egoflation. She loves me at my very worst. Great, I never have to change. I am perfect. In fact, I'm so perfect, I think I'll be single for a while. They say embarrassment is an underexplored emotion, but they've never said it to you. And today I have to live with the fact that I have caused male egoflation. Today I have to live with the fact that I let someone think I cared about Muay Thai. Today I have to live with the fact that when I sent him gifts of the highest caliber, I was probably the only one laughing. So don't suggest hear you at coffee. Don't pretend to care about Muay Thai, whoever that is. And don't accept anyone's bad behavior just because you want to keep them around. Do it for the plot, but find a better plot. Only grieve actual deaths. Put the situationship to bed. Rest in peace. Do not attempt to resurrect what is already dead. Thank you.
Thanks to Peter for that very fine speech, and call on Tim O'Leary to continue the case for the proposition. Yeah.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Daniel, what's your password?
So, how's our evening been? You want to take it away?
Yes, I would love to. Hi guys, my name is Quinn, and tonight we are basically going to be doing a presentation. So this is a little bit of a tradition that we have started, where one person on improv will make a presentation, and another improv member will have to present it. They have never seen the presentation in their life until right now. They're just gonna have to go with whatever the heck is on that, and I had the absolute pleasure of making it. So yeah. I hope you survive. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're getting it set up right now. Aww. There's a what? There's a middle button on the other side.
My bad. I totally should have checked
How
that.
do I start the slide?
Elliot, where's the button? This side. Like that?
Oh, you know.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Now.
Wait, not back here. I'm getting back here. There's no button back here. You can be lying. Oh my god. It's by the volume. Wait, dead hat. This is not a pig.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing tonight? Okay, so in your mind, you're probably thinking about your answer to the question, do I want to take him back? And if your answer is no, you are lying to yourself. You should take him back, and I know the facts. So, let me tell you about why you should take Tim back in a presentation that I have seen. So, let me tell you a bit about myself. So my name's Tim, I'm 20. That's my diva right there. It's a situationship, so don't worry, we can work around that. I'm a white man who loves feminism, and I am less than a mile away, right here. Hey. So, let me tell you a bit about myself and why I am qualified to talk about this topic with you wonderful people. I am a Tinder veteran and motivational speaker, and let's talk about something else. So, this is my background. I'm a big fan of matchmaking, hobby horsing, and straight cheeks. So, and that is why I believe that I am best qualified to tell you why you should take him back. Whether it's me, whether it's your ex, whether it's some random fella you saw on Grafton Street, you should take him back. And let me tell you why. So, reason you should take him back. He's very loyal. He is. I chatted to him the other day. He's very, very good. And you know, what happened at the PAV last Friday was a mistake. Should I turn around? Okay. Why you should take me back? Listen, Jesse, all right, I know we've look, I made a mistake. We'll get back to this later. So, loyal. L, loss. He took a loss by ditching you, right? He took a loss, however, he regrets it, and he wants you to forgive him, and that is why you should. O is, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Listen to me. Baby, listen to me. I'm so sorry, okay? I didn't know what I was doing. She came on to me first, okay? I'm sorry. So why? Next up. Why is it's your decision? Of course, listen, if you want to take him back, that's your decision. But I'm telling you that your decision should be informed by the best pieces of information, me, and you should take him back. A is asshole. He is an asshole, all right? Let's state the facts here. He is an asshole. He treated you wrong. However, assholes can change, right? And next up we have L, which is loser again. He's an asshole and he's a loser, but as Jesse's alluded to, he's your asshole and he's your loser. And let's be honest, ladies, you can fix him. I believe in all of you. You can fix him. You can fix him. So, okay, now, he doesn't just to the bare minimum, right? So, I've used myself as a good example here, right? I love a lawn, I love to mow it, you know. People like me will make it up in such a way that we will mow your lawn for you when we're living on your couch. And as well as that, fucking hell, Quinn, okay, listen. He had to do some self-exploration, you know? We're in college after all, aren't we? And he understands the troubles of childbirth now and he's ready to change. And that's why you should give him a second chance. His mother taught him to respect women. Can I get a hell yeah? Oh my God. So, when I was about, I'd say I was in TY, I did this course about vagina mastering, and that is a real trophy I have on my, over there. Okay. Now let's talk some graphs because I can look around the room. You guys, I'm losing you guys, so let me get you back in. So, who comes during sex? 95% are straight men.
Yeah, you'll get there.
Okay, 65% are straight women, right? That's terrible. However, he has explored himself and he has now dropped that number to 86%, so there is a better chance of him not coming during sex and you can have a better time for longer. Come on, that's what I'm fucking talking about. Next up, next slide, please. Oh my, that's my mother. No. Okay, listen. You take him back. Watch it and weep. What's him? Me! That's me! That's me! Look how cute he is! You'd forgive him, wouldn't you? That man right there, he didn't know what he did wrong when he recorded that video and put it onto YouTube, thinking that he was going to be the next Stampy Longnose, Dan TDM, or I Ballistic Squid. But he did the best that he could, and that's why you should forgive him, and that's why you should take him back. Can I get a hear here? I need a word with you after this. So, listen. Point number 4, before I lose my voice. Listen, men, we struggle with being alone, and we can't be alone for that long. So, this is also me. And here's the thing. This was me at my worst time. And as you can see, I've grown from them. I've gone from Super Tim's world to this man to me now. Just as much as a failure, but I shaved. So, let's have a look at another graph. So, we've got a y-axis and x-axis. There's no correlation. This has been the amount of times that I have gotten with a man. And I just find it a fascinating graph. And I feel like... All right, next slide. So, now. I feel like you guys aren't getting the point. This is what's going to happen if you don't take him or Tim back. Inner peace and sense of self. And spoons! Are you gonna waste your life away in a picture in a purple rain and all that sort of shite? That actually does sound fun. But no, you deserve better than that, because you are members of the TCD Phil, you have rich parents, and you deserve better! You deserve better. Next slide, please. Thank you. So, why don't you take, oh my God, another one? So listen, I'm single as well, and this is why you should swipe right. Take him back, take Tim back. Look at that young man making his sandwich and his Pepsi Max, pouring it in. And this is why you should always forgive a man, because inside every bastard, every asshole, every fucking cunt, is a little kid who just wanted to do the best for you and didn't know how to go about it. He has made mistakes, he has fucked up, he has to get his mother to open a Pepsi Max bottle for him. But he means well, and in your heart of hearts, you know that... Okay, so just hear me out. So I had a situationship with the Hists, and thank you very much!
Very fine speech. I called a desert yip to continue the case for the opposition.
Okay. I don't know about you guys. If you were my ex, I would take you back. Okay. So, reading this prompt for the first time felt like that feeling you get in a dream, when the ground beneath your feet gives way and you jolt up in your bed in horror. Whoa, sorry. This house would take him back. And the word him was the key in a doorframe that opened up into a dark tunnel within my mind that I was brought deeper and deeper down. And trust me, it was pretty deep in me. He was pretty deep in me. All the way back in that part of my brain when I was 15 years old, that's where he was. And to preface this speech, I want to let you guys know that sex jokes aren't going to work on me tonight, because I was pretty damn good when it came to the bed stuff. He even said so. He'd look me in the eyes all loved up and say, I really respect you're not engaging in underage sex with me. And wait, let me just clarify here. He was 17 and I was 15, so we were both technically underage. And I remember wondering to myself back then, if two illegals added up to make illegal, like,
Could we have sex and have both sides not be legally allowed? So then it would just cancel out and be legal? And in my mind, it sounded pretty reasonable. I was 15 and fucking stupid and clearly hadn't heard of the Romeo and Juliet law, but he was handsome and gave me attention. So what argument can you put against that? We met on Snapchat and had the yellow heart, and I mean, at that point, you're pretty much dating. But finally, our day of meeting was arranged. He asked me to meet him in the woods at 8 o'clock at night in October. And not just in any part of the woods, but in his shack. His shack he had built in the public park, which I only found out later on he had christened with the name Bum Hut. I remember the pure nerves clambering through gorse bushes and brambles trying to find this bum hut. And when I eventually did, I crawled in under its construction tarp and just kind of shivered there, waiting for him to arrive. And when he did arrive, he kind of emerged from the darkness through a ghostly cloud of pineapple ice vape. There was a split second I was expecting to see a 58-year-old man, but this was pre-AI times and his snaps looked pretty real. That was all the evidence you needed back then anyways. AI could never replicate his sweet nothings written over the dead pad selfies. Sorry, looking this up. His first gesture was to let me have a toke. I hope you guys know what that means. And I mean, that was the seal on the deal. Now I'm hoping this will be a good lead up to my point, which is that I was a fucking idiot for doing that. When you're 15, you haven't really lived a lot of life yet. And all that you have is all that you have to work off with when it comes to making informed decisions on what you want in life. For me, it was increasing my chances of getting murdered in the dark alongside Chloe Ting abs. Oh my God. These things do not belong in a sentence together, never mind a bucket list. So then why, I ask you, do you think you should get back with that ex whom you dated when you were young and foolish? Me and this guy dated for around 9 months, and there's no way I would get back with him. Not because he was a dickhead or anything, but because he spoke like a dragon and I didn't want secondhand popcorn lungs. Our exes represent our old morals. We grow and learn through people who expand our personalities and our desires. When I was 15, I was less experienced, and that obviously impacted my choice when it came to finding someone I thought I wanted to be with. This applies more loosely. There is a reason you guys, oh my God, this computer just hates me, I'm sorry. There is a reason you guys broke up with your exes, or that your exes broke up with you. And unless that reason has somehow been obliterated, alongside the unlikelihood that you haven't grown and changed as a person in the meantime, that I would look the truth hard in the eyes and accept this house would not take him back. It's always easier to opt for the familiar and comfortable option. Unfortunately, exes tend to embody this quality, like a second backbone that you can always fall upon when you feel lonely or sad or just straight up horny. But it's easy for a reason. Nothing that good comes for free, and in this case, it's emotional tax. We wear certain people at certain times, and when that time is up, it's usually a sign that you've outgrown them, or that maybe they never fit you at all. It just doesn't always fit, and that's okay. Our exes have taught us personality over size. But I would put forward that it's better to wear the clothes that feel comfortable to you, and live alongside people that fit this standard. Don't have sex with the saggy condom, okay? Just accept you're not XL and let it go. And try letting it go in something tighter next time. I promise, it'll feel better. Wear what fits both in the metaphorical sense and the physical. No matter if you were 15 or if you were 30, the past is in the past, and love is a sacred thing that sometimes can act against our will. If they were meant to be, they will be. But in the meantime, you should move on and complete whatever aspects of your life need to be completed in order for you guys to find your way back to each other. Until then, it's only a trick of your mind, the unfortunate emotional lapse we all seem to trip up on when reminiscing on those times when you thought that person was perfect. I think this topic is such a sore spot for people our age. Everything is heightened by the fact we don't even really know who we are. And then in the middle of that, we're supposed to somehow find the love of our life. I'm studying Descartes in the moment in philosophy, and there's a section of his work where he starts going through these stages of panic, trying to define what he is. Obviously, a man would be the most apparent choice, but then he asks, what even really is that? It's just a bit of an empty term that we have used in order to separate people into categories for the sake of convenience, but it doesn't seek to define us as individuals. In the end, Descartes can't really fully define what he is, only that he is something that thinks and therefore exists. And I just had this thought while reading that section, the total irony of us thinking that we could fully outline who we are whilst living through the desires and choices of another, as if it wasn't hard enough to figure out on our own. How much of dating is just a consequence of societal pressure where man must be with woman or man with man? Without truly knowing yourself, I think it's easier to fall into these superficial bonds where we begin dating projections of what we think we want put into a person rather than the person themselves. Maybe your ex is the one for you. I don't want to be the cause of deterring the odd few of whom this might apply, but I urge you to only take them back while knowing that there are hundreds and hundreds of more people out there waiting for you to meet them throughout your life. We live in a time when men like Ryan Gosling build white houses with blue shutters for the women they love, inhabiting the same planet as men who build bum huts behind preschools. But if 5 sticks and a canopy calls to your heart stronger than anything else, by all means, don't let me dictate what is correct for you in building a happy life. Thank you.
Very fine speech. I call on Daniel Gorman to close case for the proposition. Here.
Good evening, speakers, council, members of the House. I am here to conclude why this House should in fact take him back. And to me, there is no question as to why this House should take him back, because he is all-encompassing. Day to day, he surrounds us and keeps us warm, keeps us motivated, makes us strive to be a better person. He loves us no matter what. And all he wants from us is to be a good person. He is with me in my darkest moments, and I love to feel him inside of me whenever I can. But most importantly of all, he made the ultimate sacrifice for us. He gave his life for our sins. I am, of course, talking about our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. So, members of the House, peace be with you. I know that you're wondering, how the hell do we know that this guy is a real priest? Well, there it is. Now that we've cleared that up, let's get to the point. Why should you, a young person in the prime of your life, turn to Jesus Christ, the Lord our God? Well, I may be a virgin, but I know what the ladies like these days. My congregation loves No Broke Boys by Disco Line. And let me tell you, the Lord our God is no broke boy. In fact, he is rich in mercy, Ephesians 2:4. He is rich in grace, Ephesians 1:7. But I know that some of you want material things. But luckily, God is also the possessor of all things. Psalms 50:10. To this man, money is no object. He can give you whatever you want, and I mean whatever you want. So, to add to these promises, the Catholic Church alone is worth $1 trillion. So, ladies, if you're looking for a sugar daddy, look no further than the Son of God. That being said, it's now time for our weekly collection. So please give what you can to support our church. This year, we are also collecting... No. This year, we're also collecting for Father McGuinness. It's his retirement party. We're trying to send him to Ibiza.
Oh my God, Liam, thank you so much.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, perfect.
Wow, 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 wow. These are some lovely donations. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Oh, wow. Oh. Ooh. Liam? Anyway, moving on. I know some of you may be sitting there thinking, I don't need a man with money or a man who can get me anything. Perhaps you don't need the money because, after all, you're here at the Phil. You've got money of your own. So maybe you're just looking for more of a looker. Someone who can really get you going, whose beauty is not too threatening so that you can still feel safe and secure, but who has a smoking hot body for you to ride at night. Maybe someone who could bring a great flood into your life. Maybe somebody who, even when it's that time of the month, will part your Red Sea and guide all your Jews out of the desert. Somebody whose body you can take in your hands or on your tongue and even share it with your friends. Well, this man has exactly the kind of body that you're looking for. The body of Christ. The body. The body. The body. So, the lucky thing about my man is that he is always willing to take you back into his arms. We've all made mistakes. We've been taken off of our good paths down a darker one. We have all sinned in our past. And we have all had bad experiences with our exes. Not now, Timmy!
But I love you, Father.
It'll pass. Our past love affairs do not define us, as the Lord will forgive us with simply one confession. So please, come, tell me your sins.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Tell me.
I have coveted the chair of my neighbor.
10 Hail Marys.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Tell me.
Since I started in college, I've taken a few Hufflepuffles of the devil's lettuce.
10 Hail Marys.
Thank you, Father.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Tell me.
I have lain with another improver.
20 Hail Marys.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Tell me.
I, too, have laid with an improver.
20 Hail Marys. See! If you take God back, you can have a beautiful relationship, but this is dead and wrong. Please sit down.
Sorry.
God. So whoever you wish to take with you, you can take them on your journey with God. Take him back and have everything any woman could want. And that is why I have taken God back into my life and devoted it to him, and why I believe we all should. Phil. Oh my God. Yes, Lord.
You thought I wouldn't see? I am all seeing.
I didn't mean. No.
Did you forget the commandment that said, "Thou shalt not commit adultery"? My other girlfriends say you're a bad influence. I'm moving back with my mother for a while. Talk to me and don't come to my house.
I could.
and call on Gilly Brennan Roach to close the case for the opposition. Here.
Hello. Hello, and who do we have here? Have we got Mark? Yep. Hi, Mark. You're here on Loveline talking to some cunt on the radio. Tell me, Mark, how's the day been going for you? Jesus! Let me stop you there, caller. It sounds to me like you've been going through it and doing a lot. But did you be doing what you hadn't seen betwixt the having and the doing? I know exactly what you mean, fella. You've caught me on my 15 is all. Well, one for sorrow and two for joy. What is it you do for a living, Mark? Mark, have we lost you? Are you there, Mark? Oh, I'm still here. I guess you could say that I serve the people. Well, Mark, we here in the studio think it's about high time that the people started serving you. So what do you say to it, Mark? We got you here on Loveline, and we're looking to play Loveless, where we phone in all over the country to the romantically redundant to try and find the loneliest bastard, you know, just the saddest sack of shit, to tell us all about their dating disasters. And if we like your story, should you raise our hearts and maybe an erection, we'll find you a date for Valentine's Day, because we have 3 fine young bucks in the studio here looking for love. And let me tell you, Mark, these Casanovas will tear up floorboards looking for pipe. So are you ready to play Loveless? Yeah, I'll give it a go. Stop the lights. That is fantastic. We'll hand it over to you, Mark, and be sure not to leave out any of those dirty details. Yeah, so I was with a guy for a few years. It's actually not too long ago that I had to leave. But no, he was great. Just so kind and caring and funny. Like, fuck the laughs we used to have with each other. I suppose maybe it's my fault. Maybe I was too critical, too particular, I guess. 99% of it was perfect, but it was just that one fucking thing. I know now that I probably should have recognized the signs, the writing on the wall, I guess. Like, he was a creative type, always writing and performing, stand-up, drama, plays, Shakespeare, even pant. Yeah, I should have known. He was so different after performing. We'd go home and he'd run through me for a fucking shortcut. Well, he just got so caught up in it. The art form, there was a beauty that he saw in it that I could never fathom, and it got to the point that he could no longer find the beauty in me unless I would perform for him, or with him, I guess. But that's the thing, you know, I fucking loved him, and I always thought I could look past any weird kinks or fetishes if that love was real, and it was real, but I couldn't look past this. Like, I could have done any of it, like, if he needed feet, rope, bondage, but that, no. And what was it, Mark, that made you feel so bad about yourself? Made you feel just so dirty? Pantomimes. He had a fetish for pantomime. Oh, God! Oh! We'd be having sex and he'd be hitting me from behind, or trying to get hard. And after trying and trying, getting softer and softer, I just knew one thing would work, and I'd just say, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the man of the hour, Patrick McDonough." And just like that, rock solid, so hard, so fucking hard. And then he'd go, oh God, he'd go, "I'm inside you." And I'd have to say back, "Oh no, you're not." And he'd go, "Oh yes, I am." And I'd go, "Oh yes, I am." "Oh fuck, I'm gonna come." Yeah. And how does it make you feel? Just fucking awful. And I'm just filled with this deep shame all the time, you know? Like, do you know what I mean? Well, I'm a Protestant, Mark, so I'm afraid the metaphysical concept of shame is a complete anathema to me. But sure, look, sure, listen, we've been really moved by your story, Mark. I mean, there really isn't a dry spot left in the place. And there are 3 fine chaps here that want to get to know you just a little better, so how about it? Are you willing to give it a go? Take love back into your arms? Yeah, I've got another 5. Boola bus Mahara. Well, we got an exciting bunch for you here, Mark, and this first fella is a bit of a square. Take it away, Monfrere. Hi, so my name's Eugene. I'm a data analyst. Anal without anal cysts, as I always say. I'm not gay because, you know, I play it straight. A simple, rectally inclined phallic person with a propensity for non-reproductive ejaculation. And I'm looking for true love's initiation. I need you like I breed you. Did somebody say autoerotic asphyxiation? Yeah! Woo! That's right, honey. Linguistically catalyzed and I go psycho-ballistic. I need this dipstick's logistics for this dick statistics because I'm on a roll. Looking for a hoe on the honor roll. Got me down on my knees saying, please, won't you take my pole? I can be cute, I'll be spontaneous, whimsically contemporaneous. I can be bizarre, tell a joke with ingenuity. A white man, a black man, and an Asian man walk into a bar. What an excellent example of integrated community. I'm looking for a guy, say a sensitive man, that don't watch porn because he's in the orchestra and he blows my horn. I know I'm 5'5", but my love is real, and I've got a hairline receding so fast my forehead's starting to look like Israel. So give me a chance because I'm incomplete. You can call me a fag, but you are what you eat. Great stuff there. That was Eugene there, and this next guy is currently between men. Jobs. His name is Cormac, and it's over to you. Yeah. Come on, baby, come on, baby, come on, baby, come on. Let me tell you about the time that I thought it was straight when I ate a girl out and got egg on my face. Yeah, what? Now, I'm lucid, won't lose it. What I got, go and use and abuse it. This metatextual homosexual is on a roll. Rocking homophobic homophones, and if you hear this homophone, there's a fudge packing pole smoking queer on a microphone. And I'm all alone and I'm apathetic, I'm an effigy. Apathetic, nah, I am a FIG. Hot like a gay pyromaniac, a firebender. This little logo maniac spoke tones like Yoko Ono, saying, no mo mojo jojo, ergo I go in Monlo in the show promo going, no homo, but I want to blow Elmo. And my sexual innuendos penetrate innuendo. Look, I've never had a threesome. I'm looking for some volunteers. We'll have some fun. They can call us the Three Musketeers. I'll turn that frown upside down because true love conquers, and you know I'm a clown because you're fucking bonkers. Great stuff from young Cormac there. Some tough choices coming your way, Mark. But before the moment of truth, we'll finish with Killian. My flow shifts like tectonic plates. That earthquake makes you backache, screaming like you need a milkshake. Watch out, here comes the fruitcake, Finnegan spake, awake and unfold. My rhymes ring truer than the stories of old. Behold, that force uncontrolled. I'm like Shakespeare's corpse getting chilly and cold till I break the flow and get silly, like Willie. Will Killy get silly like Milli Vanilli and shake his willy till I spill milkshake all over Shakespeare's belly. That's why I cauterize to cauterize my state of mind, because restriction is the first contradiction that moves upon you to become the sole affliction. So you'd want to adapt to match this, because I got a gap tooth and I floss my teeth with a mattress. What a great bunch of lads, but only one can win. So who will it be, Mark? Who are you going to take? Who's it going to be? Mark, you're back on in 2. Yeah, I'm coming. You know, I used to always think about taking them back, or maybe even someone new back home. But the truth is, I've got eyes for one man. His name is Christ. And I know God is good because the son of the carpenter has given me wood. But I gotta get back to it. I'll leave you there. The first thing Jesus did after he died
Yeah. I'd like to thank the speaker for the very fine speech. And all speakers for what was an excellent debate here. In a moment, I'm going to call this House to a vote, so I'm going to say all those in favour of the motion to say aye, and all those against the motion to say nay. Before that, I'd like to remind everybody that we'll have a post-debate reception after this, and afters in Kennedy's. I'm going to need another drink. And thank you, as always, Improv She Wrote, for another excellent collaboration. Many thanks. All those in favour of the motion say aye. Aye. And all those against the motion say nay. Nay.